Welcome to my podcast. I'm going to talk about another common problem in the UK, and it's in the rise, and especially between April and September. And a friend asked me about it, and she seemed to be worried about it, and maybe she had history before, I'm not quite sure. So a patient might come to you and says, Doctor, I'm having this red spot, or I notice tick in my pit, or one of my family member had a tick on their back and stuff like that. So you need to be aware of what to say to the patient and what kind of information you're going to hand and explain tick infestation. So tick infestation seems to be on the rise in the UK, and maybe something that we don't notice if we are not in those areas whereby you can catch the tick. However, it's defined as it's a multiple tick on a person or a pet or on a home or any place that could pose significant health issue due to the transmission of the disease like Lyme disease and Rocky Mountain spotted fever. And the symptom can be unclear early on, that you don't notice anything until you, because the tick itself, when it bites, it's really painless. You wouldn't notice unless you see that kind of distinctive red spot with a circular thingy around it. And in the long run, it could cause, of course, a long-term health issue if untreated. It was heavily infested, and even there's those kind of giant tick infestation whereby you can see them, they lay down on the skin and cover it in a way like look like neurofibromatosis, and it's not. So that's something to bear in mind. So the physical symptom finding multiple ticks either in yourself or your loved ones or in your pet. And especially if you have visited a wooded or grassy area, you've been in contact for some time. And the bite, as I mentioned, it's kind of distinctive. It's small, red, itchy, could be, bumpy, could be, or dark spot in the center with concentric layer of redness. It's also described as a bullseye rash because there is internal spot with concentrating circular thing, which could devolve from 3 to 30 days. And of course, the earliest symptom could be manifested as fever, fatigue, muscle ache, chills, headache. Could be the patient manifested like flu-like symptom, and he tells that he has flu, and it's not, and could have swollen, painful, or tender lymph node. In some cases, they might have tick paralysis, which causes weakness and dropping on one side of the face, which is called facial palsy. And as we know, Lyme disease, it's a tick-borne disease, cause multiple problems if unlifted and treated. And of course, it's something that we need to be aware of because if left untreated, it causes issue. So I'm saying it's on the rise across the UK, and my friend, she sent me a link that's been stated by a scholar. It's on the rise, and she said that the tick can be on the grass or something and can't jump in the skin. It can't jump. It's a small ticky thing, but it has those kind of legs and the mouth, which can pierce in the skin in order to feed on the blood. It's particularly see if you're kind of person who goes to the moors or to the woodland or an urban area where it's there's green, grassy area, or an area where there's deer population and warm climate. All this moistness, and especially in the summer and spring where this kind of grass and the woods cause moisturizer, so the tick will harbor in that area. And if a person or a human come in contact or an animal, and she had the opportunity to catch on that human or pet. Of course, she prepares her mouth in the skin in order to feed on the blood. So the best thing, or the wiseful, are the thing you can need to do is wearing. Of course, if you plan to go in the wood or if you are planning to go in a wooden area, you need to wear certain ways of wearing. It's like long sleeve, long trouser, push your trouser in the Indian box, and use repellent, and check your skin regularly. A long time ago, I remember back home, I was doing the gardening in the summer, and we have a lot of mosquito in the summertime, so I was just cutting some grasses and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I just felt too much stinks, pain, tenderness, itchiness, was really insane in my legs, so below the knee until the ankle. It was massively swollen with deep, tender, itchy nodules, I would say, not papules, nodules, because they were swollen. I took a photo, I remember, and it was really, really, really very, very in discomfort and itchy in a way that I couldn't relate my legs, and I had to apply medium potency, like momentazole or bitnovate creams. I injected also myself with 100 milligram hydrocortisone, and took and I was all the time washing with cool water in order to make it pleasant. The whole situation stayed for, I remember, a week. Yeah, a week, and it was terrible thing. So since then time, I don't go near any grass or any bush thing. So once you know the issue and the problem how caused, you will try to avoid and deter those kind of things from happening. In the UK, basically the high risk area, it's the woodlands. It's places, here when you walk sometimes you can see a lot of grasses, which is very tall with the spike things. Even here in the garden I have the nettles, which I need to cut from time to time with the machine. Because once I remember when I managed just with the gloves, and once it touched my skin, I get too much stinks and my skin just swollen, itchy, and it's an intolerable good situation. So, and there are plenty here in the UK, so I have to be watchful and be careful, wary about them. And also, it mentioned in the Highland here in the UK, in Scotland, it's also full of this stink. And also it says in areas with deer and livestock, particularly in southern area of the UK and southwest. And the key driver here is the increased number of their number, the warm winter, and those kind of things. And of course, in the season of now, like spring and summer, it's another peak for the tick, and also in the autumn when they become active as well. And as I say, health risk-wise, many ticks don't carry disease, but they can transmit Lyme disease, and it has been estimated 1,500 to 5,000 cases yearly in the UK have been recorded. And of course, prevention is better than cure, so you need to use insect repellent if you notice any of that. Wear light, colored, tucked in clothing. Check your clothes on your skin promptly if you walked in those kind of area, and remove the tick immediately once you saw it. There's different ways of removing it. Medically, as far as I remember, you need to do the cryo. You need to use this one. It's called like a twist to the head in order to twist the tick and remove it. Because in certain areas of the world, I remember from some articles that in Australia in certain areas and in US there's also a populated area of tick. So it's been advised you can use the fine tipped tweezer, but there's a different kind of tweezer I checked online with the hooky thingy, which is specialized for the tick in order to remove it. But it's always very important to avoid if you break, for instance, the body from the head, that's another problem because this will cause allergic reaction, and we don't want this to happen. Basically, we need to be mindful how to remove them in a way that we didn't have them cut. And of course, as I say, some they are involved in certain transmission of certain diseases like the Lyme disease. So, and the way how to remove it, it's been stated you need to pull it upward with a steady pressure without squeezing, because if you squeeze it or twist it, it will, it will cause allergic reaction. Being said that don't use alcohol or petroleum jelly because it's not for this kind of things. You can use it, of course, for the lice to suffocate them, but not for the tick, obviously. If the patient being suspected for Lyme, tick-borne disease, the antibiotic of choice or the drug of choice is doxycycline, as we know, and it's crucial to be given early on to prevent any complication. And you need to watch for the symptom for some time. Prevention, it's as I say, you need to wear long-sleeved shirt, long pant, tucked in the socks in a tick-borne area. If that area is well known for ticks, for instance, use insect repellent. Also, permethrin, we know, can be used in the clothing in order to deter them. And also check your skin, check your children, check your pet if you went outside. And if you have any hairy area in your body, for instance, some people nowadays are like rebellions for removing hair, like the armpit and pubis, because we know those kind of places can harbor a lot of things. One of them is tick and lice. And of course, you need to shower if you suspect that you caught tick when you were outside. So you need to come indoor and wash off any suspected thing that you feel that it has attached to you, and look up your clothing. For instance, for scabies, you need to put them in a long black plastic thing and wrap it and leave them for a couple of days, 3 to 5 days, and by then they will die off, and then you can wash them or dry them, because it's very difficult, especially here in the UK with the small housing and barely where you can aerate your clothing, do the washing every day in hot water and stuff like that. So this is another way. And another thing, you need tumble dry clothing in high heat for 10 minutes to kill them. It's more or less similar idea of the black plastic bag where you put the thing and wrap them and leave them for a few days with the heat to kill the tick. So, so by this, I think I had covered what you need to know about tick, generally speaking, and what should you do once you suspect or thought that you might caught tick by any way. or another, or accidentally, and if you have children as well. Let me know down below in the comment if you come across something like this. I see you in another podcast. Thank you.